Welcome to the Greater Victoria Public Library's online tutorial on how to download an ebook to your Kobo. At this point in time, you should have your Kobo plugged into your computer and turned on. Now go to our website, which is gvpl.ca. Near the bottom left-hand side of this webpage, you'll see a Library to Go panel, and just click on that. Now you'll see our BC Libraries Without Walls homepage. This is where you select and download all ebooks to transfer to your Kobo. Near the bottom of this page on the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says Adobe Digital Editions. Click on that, please. Now, this is the Adobe Digital Editions software help section, but this is still within the BC Libraries, Your Library Without Walls webpage. But you'll notice a button that says Get Adobe Digital Editions, and just click on that, please. Now we're sending you to the Adobe Digital Editions webpage, and here you're going to select Adobe Digital Editions and install it on your home computer. So click the Install button, click Install again, and click Yes. And as a default, I would just click the Next button because you're going to install all these quick launch shortcuts and the like. Click Install again. And now you're installing the piece of software on your home computer. Now click Close. And here you've got the Adobe Digital Editions installation contract. I recommend that you read that, and then you click on the I agree button. And you've installed the piece of software on your home computer. The next step is registering this with the Adobe Corporation. Now, the next thing that will pop up will be a setup assistant, and then just click Continue. To register Adobe Digital Editions with the Adobe Corporation, you need to get an Adobe ID online. So we're going from our piece of software on our home computer, back to the internet, back to the Adobe Corporation's website, and we're going to create an Adobe account. It's free. So we're going to put in our email address. A password, and it can be any password between 6 and 12 characters. We're going to retype our password. For first name and last name, I just give them my initials. We'll put in our city, our country, and our postal code. These are all required fields for registration, and then near the bottom of this page, you'll click the Continue button. And you'll notice we actually made a mistake. We forgot to fill in a required field, and so Adobe is actually prompting you to choose a state or province. So we'll choose BC, and then click the Continue button. So we've successfully registered an Adobe ID. So now we're going from the internet, from the Adobe website, back to our home computer, and back to Adobe Digital Editions on our home computer, and the Setup Assistant as well. So now we're going back and we're going to put in our Adobe ID, which is our email address that we just registered with the Adobe Corporation. And we're going to put in our password that we registered with the Adobe Corporation. And we're going to click on the Activate button. And you'll notice for some reason there was an error in communication. It wasn't your fault, but we're just going to try again immediately. So once again, we're going to put in our Adobe ID, which is our email address that we registered with the Adobe Corporation, and our password. And we're going to click on Activate again. And we've done it. We've registered Adobe Digital Editions with an Adobe ID. You have your e-reader. It's plugged into your computer. It automatically recognizes that there is a device, and it's saying, do you want to register your device with this same Adobe ID? And you say, Authorize Device. It authorizes it, and then you're finished. So now you're ready to download an ebook from the Greater Victoria Public Library ebook collection. And that's what the next film will be about.